What's up, guys? Sorry I haven't been uploading as frequently as normal. I've been slacking, but I'm getting back on my game, and I got some good stuff coming here in the next few weeks for you guys. Actually, I don't have anything just yet, but I'm planning on it. So definitely stay tuned. Today, I just kind of wanted to talk about a little experience I had and share it with you guys. I know some of you guys that are watching have aspirations of playing professional baseball, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have aspirations of playing baseball, or you're a parent that wants your child to make it to the highest level that they can play at. Whatever it is, I know you guys like the stories that I share with you guys sometimes. I just want to talk about the time that I got to pitch in PetCo Park. That's the San Diego Padres stadium. And of course, I was drafted by the San Diego Padres in 2005 in the 8th round. I played with them for a few years, and the New York Mets picked me up in the Rule 5 draft after that. They basically bought my contract from the Padres. But I did get to pitch in PetCo Park. Every year, when I was in the minor leagues, we played at, first year I played at, where did I play? Eugene, Oregon, was the Eugene Emeralds. That was the short season team for the San Diego Padres. So I played there that first year. Second year I played in Low A, which was Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Fort Wayne Wizards. Now I think they're called the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. And I heard they got a much nicer stadium. We used to play in an old stadium, but it was cool. I had a great time there. Then I went to High A, which is Lake Elsinore, California. And in High A, I played there for 2 years, on and off for 2 years. I went up and down from there. Went up to AAA for a little bit. Got hurt, had to go back to spring training in Arizona to do some rehab. So I was up and down those 2 years. But each year in Lake Elsinore in High A, we got to play in PetCo Park because Lake Elsinore, California is not too far from San Diego, California. So we would go down there and we played the Giants, San Francisco Giants, their High A team, which was the San Jose Giants. And we played against a bunch of great guys. Linscomb, what's the third baseman's name? Pablo, Sandoval. Man, they had a bunch of studs, bunch of big leaguers. I can't remember even now. I need to go back and look at the roster that we played against those 2 years in the stadium, because there was a lot of big leaguers, on the Padres, my team, and the San Jose Giants when we played against each other. But it was really cool experience. First of all, coming out to the big league field, when you step out there, it's a whole different atmosphere. The place is huge. It's just like everything is on top of you. It feels like once you step out of that dugout, first of all, the dugout is down low. I think it was 3 or 4 steps to get out of the dugout. And then, you step out, that first step onto the field, and you can just kind of feel everything, the presence of everything, the whole stadium up big and kind of looking down on you. So it was just to step out up on those 4 steps onto that field was a crazy feeling, a crazy experience. And then going through the whole pregame routine, taking batting practice, all that stuff was just awesome. Obviously we would listen to music when we were taking batting practice, but now at PetCo Park, they've got, I'm sure, $1 million stereo system in there, so it's loud. The atmosphere, they got all the lights going and stuff, like the advertisements and stuff like that. The big screen was up there going through its thing, so it was just a crazy experiments. Even just batting practice was cool. So we did that whole thing, the whole batting practice experience or whatever. And then we, started the game. By the way, the locker room was amazing. From what I remember, you go in and it was kind of almost circular in the way it was formed. It wasn't a total circle, but the general outline of the locker room was a little bit circular. Everything was top notch. They had a big Padres logo in the middle of the circle. Everyone's locker was out and around this way. The showers were amazing, and there was all kinds of stuff for you to use and eat and all this stuff. Like anything you could think of or needed was in there. It was just real high class. I mean, it's big. It's in the, it's the big leagues. They had everything you need. Like in the minor leagues, when we would go take a shower or whatever, we had to hope there was soap to use, if not, we had to go talk to the clubhouse manager. In the big league clubhouse for the Padres, they had soap, they had deodorant, they had razors, they had powder, they had, all kinds of food, they had candy. It was almost like a convenience store. When you walked in, there was just aisles of stuff that you can grab. Obviously free, you don't have to pay for any of this. You go in there, grab it. So that was really, really cool. So then we started the game. And the Padres, the home team bullpen was in like center field, like left center field, a little bit left center. So you go out there, and the bullpen is kind of, there's two of them. You know, there's two mounds, one mound but two rubbers, and then they got some seating there. But then also they had like this little hidden, which was really cool. It was like a hidden little cubbyhole dugout for the bullpen. And you go down a few stairs. It's right behind the two rubbers. You go down some stairs and into this like little underground, little hidden dugout. Nobody knows it's there. And in fact, it's at the bottom of the outfield fence. So if you ever watch Padres games, I don't know if it's still there. I'm sure it's still there. I don't know why they would take it out. But if you ever watch Padres games, I don't think it's directly center field. I think it's slightly to left field, left center, more center than left center. But if you look there, there's a slit at the bottom of the left center field fence, probably, I don't know, maybe 6 to 10 feet long, and I don't know what's down there, but maybe like a screen, a protective screen or something. But we were sitting like underground, but at eye level, at field level. So basically, like where I'm sitting right now, looking out, this is the field level. So basically, this is the Petco Park field level. Like we're looking at the center fielder's shoes. Obviously, he's a little further away from the fence, but we're right at ground level, and nobody could tell. Nobody knows that we're there. It's like a little secret dugout down there that you can go and chill in while you're watching the game or waiting for your turn to pitch. So I thought that was really cool. Just sitting down there for a couple innings watching the game. Nobody knew we were there. Like I said, it was like a little secret room. It was pretty cool. Obviously, they had a telephone in there and a telephone up top in the actual bullpen for when, the coaches wanted to call and say, hey, get going, get them ready, or whoever was getting ready to pitch. So I think the first year I think I closed out the game. So that was a cool experience, getting to warm up in the bullpen and then taking that run from the bullpen to the pitcher's mound. That was a cool experience. The second year, I think I was like middle relief. So I threw an inning, probably like in the 6th or 7th inning. Again, it was against the San Jose Giants. We were always battling with these guys because they had a great team. This was back when, before the Giants made a few World Series runs. So all these guys that were playing in High A for the Giants were on that team, that was winning the World Series a few years later. So it was pretty cool. Like I said, a bunch of big leaguers. I'll have to go back and pull up the roster. Maybe I'll post their roster and our roster to Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, check me out at YouGoProBaseball. I'll have to go back and look at all the big names that we played against. I remember Sandoval was there because he was a freaking stud. Lincecum. I remember there was a bunch more guys that I can't think of right now. Again, I'll post that up to Instagram if I can find it. So, I remember warming up in the bullpen, running out there, and then getting to the mound. The first thing I remember was like, wow, this mound has been pitched on all day, and it looked brand new. Like there was no big holes in it. It was not beat up. It was literally like a tiny little hole by the rubber and a tiny little hole at the landing. And by hole, I mean nothing, like almost like spike scrapes. Like someone tried to dig holes, but they couldn't. Like that's how immaculate this pitching mound was. The best mound I've ever pitched off by far that was not artificial. So I don't know what they did. I don't know how they take care of it, but the mound was amazing. It was it was hard, but it wasn't too hard. Like your spikes can still go into it and get into it and stick into it, but it wasn't like you're pitching on concrete or nothing. It was the perfect mound. It was by far the best mound that I've ever pitched on. I pitched on some good mounds, man. Auburn University, we had a great mound. And really all those D1 schools, You know, in the Southeast Eastern Conference that I played out had some great mounds, but this was on a whole nother level. Even all the spring training, you know, I played a few big league spring training games. They had some great mounds, but this was totally different, a whole nother level of pitching mound, man. I can't even tell you. So from what I remember, I had a good outing. You know, I don't remember like giving up the house or anything. I think we ended up winning one year and losing the other year. I don't remember which was which. I'm sure we probably won the first year because I was closing the game out. I wouldn't have pitched if it wasn't, you know, 3 runs or less. That's how we did our closing situation. Obviously, if you guys are baseball fans, you know that the closer comes in if it's 3 runs or less. So I'm assuming we won that game, and then the year that I came in middle relief, I'm guessing we probably lost because I remember winning one and losing one. So. But overall, great experience. The clubhouse was super cool. You know, the field was amazing. You know, coming into the locker room and then going out there, being a part of the bullpen and seeing that little secret room was really cool. I don't know if you guys like this story. I don't know if I'm a good storyteller or not. I try to, you know, think back. Now it's been, let's see, that was probably 2008. It's been over 10 years since this happened. So, you know, I'm trying to think back. My memory's not so great. But if you guys like this type of story, this type of video, I can tell more stories. I'll try to think of some cool stuff. I also pitched at the Arizona Diamondbacks stadium. I don't know what that stadium is called, but that was a cool experience too. So if you want me to tell that story, let me know in the comments section below. I've got a few other stories I could talk about. I mean, I wrote down a couple things that, you know, a couple video ideas that we could do. Let me know. Excuse me, let me know in the comments below if you want to see any of these videos, like what type of gear we get in pro baseball, major league versus minor league salary, unwritten rules, what it's like in an MLB locker room, you know, what it was like to pitch in PetCo Park. I wrote down. Obviously, we talked about that today. My experience in Diamondback Stadium, we just talked about a little bit, but if you want to know more about that, let me know. Typical day in pro baseball. When the MLB guy comes to spring training, if you want to know about that. Groupies in the MLB or pro baseball. You know, I've got some other ones. When I play with Zach Greinke, I could also talk about some of the other great, you know, big name MLB guys and things I learned from them. So if you're interested in learning any of that stuff, let me know in the comments below. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell, because when you hit that bell, you're going to be notified every time I upload a new video. And again, I plan on making some good ones here in the near future. So if you want to see those, hit that bell. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some of these new videos that I got. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much, guys.